So let's okay, let's quickly check the homeworks. Some people have done the homework, right? So let's quickly check. Okay, so this is the defect. Okay, so this is for 2017. Okay, good. You know, so that's a defect because you cannot use, you know, expired credit card, right? So of course, this is a defect. Now, all these things, right? Few of them are not actually the defect. It might be a feature. Okay. See, you can say this if you have requirements. If you have the requirements, you know, you see the requirements. Okay, yeah, this is not there. This is there. Okay, that's fine. It's normally look into the requirements and compare, right? So that's how you do. But when you don't have requirements, you know, you cannot, you know, have this thing, right? Maybe they want to, you know, accept it number. They don't want to accept. So this is good for talking. You need to check with your lead saying that, hey, you know what? I'm inserting numbers in the name and it's accepting numbers. Is it really a feature, or what is supposed to be like? Does it supposed to take alphabets or it has to be alphanumeric? How it's supposed to be? Okay, and you need to have a meeting. Have to meeting with a lead or meeting with a developer, meeting with the business analyst or whoever is responsible. You need to check with them. Why? Because this is really based on requirements. So what exactly the requirement says and what is showing up. So good. This is the this is a defect because you cannot use expired credit card, right? It doesn't accept. Once the credit card is expired, it's expired. You cannot use that one. Okay. So that is really a defect. Okay. So that's good. But remaining are it's based on really on requirements. So let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, good. So this one, right? Again, this is a good. I mean, this again, this is not. I would not say this as a defect, but this is really good. I mean, this this shows something to talk about it because here it doesn't show any size or what kind of size it is. It is a large, it is a small. That's good. I mean, they have to put this information. If there are any state laws, if there are any, they have to put this information. Okay, they cannot put this information. Then really the company will be in trouble. Okay, based on the different laws. Okay, it depends. But yes, they have to put size information. So in that case, this before opening defects, of course, whenever you open a defect, you need to check with whom lead. Of course, you need to check with the lead saying that, hey, you know what, this is not showing up the size. It's really how can one buy? There's no size. How would anyone know? What size it is and. Is it for kids? Is it for adults? Is it for whom? So that's a really good thing to to point out. So this is once the lead says, yeah, you're right. Why don't you open a defect? Then you need to open a defect. Okay. So this is something really good. This good find. Okay. 2 good finds. Okay. That's really good. See, so that's good. I mean, that was really good. And I've seen, I've not seen for a long time this really good issues. So they're doing good. Again, Okay. So these are right. Okay, so again this without at symbol. So this is feature again. Okay, so I would not say this is directly as a defect because that is supposed to be a feature. Is it a feature or how it's supposed to be? Is it supposed to accept all the fields? Is it not supposed? You need to check. Okay, either check in requirement section that will be in the SharePoint, download it, view the document, how the screenshots are, how the information is given about this. If you are not able to find that requirements or there is no requirements of as such, check with the lead, check with the business analyst. Okay, you cannot go directly to the business analyst because unless you are really good at com skills, you need to check with first, lead. Check with the lead. If you are a lead, you know what to do. You have to coordinate large, okay, not just in the teams. You need to coordinate with the dev teams, you need to coordinate with the architect people, you need to coordinate. So most of the time you'll be doing is coordination work if you are a lead. Otherwise, if you are a tester or if you're a developer or whatever you are, you need to check, of course, check with the lead. Okay, not directly to manager. Don't go with the manager. Okay, so it's not really advisable just drop the manager. You need to first check with your lead, then lead checks with the manager, then things goes. Okay, follow the hierarchy. Okay, so right. So this was actually meant to. So if you are using this again, you need to click that button. So that's it. It's not real time. So this is a static one. Okay, so there's something called dynamic website. When you change the fields in the build to the shipping also changes. So that's again, this is a feature. Okay, you want to request as a feature, not as a defect. Okay. Okay, so okay, you need to edit quantity items. Of course, that should be a feature because really they might not allow that. So might be okay. So that should be an again feature. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so this is a good find. I mean, this is really good. Whenever you're clicking on Safari web browser, that's good, and it's going to the Chrome browser. Now, what the problem here is? Thing is, I would guess your default browser is Chrome. That's why every link you're clicking it is going to the Chrome. Okay, that is the settings that you need to change. The default browser. Okay, so that is good. Now this is something which you need to change in your system. Okay, so now even after changing that, if you are still going to this Chrome browser, now that's a defect, right? Okay, so that will be a defect. Okay, so that's good. I mean, that's good, fine. So you need to change your system settings, making sure that default browser, what is your default browser and what browser you're using, because, right, I mean, that is, something which is, need to check, okay? So that you need to change the settings. Okay. Confidential, okay. No home and back buttons. Again, this is a feature, you don't want to see. There's a difference between features and defects. Defect is something, okay, defect is something which is, which is not there in the requirement. Since we don't have the requirements, we don't know how the screenshot and all. So, okay, this is okay. It's okay because since you don't have the requirements and you don't know what the requirements are, so you want to see this. But once if you have the requirement, you want to make sure, okay, you're working on the requirement. Sometimes the requirements also might be issue, right? I mean, there is also scenario where requirements also might have defects. In that case, you need to really double check with your publication and also check with the lead saying that, hey, this requirement shows this and it is showing this. So what's exactly the issue is, okay? So yeah, so these are all like features. Because see, there's no home page and back buttons, right? I mean, this is understandable because if you want to, sometimes what they do, right? They want back button. They say, okay, click on this browser. That's a back button. Okay, so they want to do that. Okay, they don't want to put here. Okay, so that's the one thing. Okay, so somebody asked a question, right? If we find a defect, how do we solve the issue? So that's really not our job. You're going as a tester, not the developer. Okay, if it's a developer, now the developer job is different. This is, the whole our class is based on QA tester, not as a developer. We find issues. To solve issues, that's a developer job. Okay, so to solve, there might be so many things to be considered. That's a whole world altogether. So it cannot complete in one class or two class or something. That's a whole setup, because the reason being, it might be any issue. It might be Java issue, it might be ETL issue, it might be architect issue, it might be web issue, it might be HTML, it might be XML. There is so many to look into it. So to be honest, I really didn't work as a developer, so I don't know how to, find these things, but I know how to find issue. Okay, so this is how you do. But that is completely a developer thing, okay, because they will figure it out what's ways exactly. Because since I told you, right, since if you find some issue, right, first and foremost thing you need to check is in this, okay, go to the tools and what exactly is showing up here, and they have to compare with that the deployment documents and what is here showing up. They need to change their settings and do a lot of things. Okay, it might be issue from the CSS too. Okay, because of this something is got changed. Okay, so a lot of things to be considered. So solving an issue is not it's not something which can be done in one or two class. Okay, so that is a completely different world altogether. Okay. So yeah, I know I'll be telling by tomorrow. I'm sorry, by Monday. I'll show you how to report defects. Okay. So this is what we know how to open defects. So stay with me. We have more 1 week to go. So I'll tell you how to report the defects. Okay. So for now, we'll just finish this. Okay, good. So these are good. So once you have a document, of course, you will be doing better. Okay, so someone wants more. So this thing, right? So this thing I already told, right? 0 point quantity I already shown you. Okay, so we cannot have 0.1 quantity. Okay. Okay. So that's good. Overall is good. Okay, let me give okay. Some people didn't. This good. You guys really have opened a very good defects from long time. Okay. I've been like from I think it's been long time which I've seen good defects. Okay. Okay, some of the features, of course, those are features. Features is something which need to be requested. That's not exactly a defect. The difference between feature and defect is feature is something which is a new thing that has to be, integrated into module or integrated in application. That is a feature. Defect is something which is not matching up to the requirement. So why I said our defect, because I worked on mostly on common sense. Okay, common sense. Expiry, for example, expired credit card. That's common sense, right? If your credit card is expired, you cannot really, order something. That's really, expired. See, here's the thing. When I, one day really that something happened, right? My Chase credit card got expired, and I didn't notice that. And I went to Subway and ordered Subway and he gave him the credit card. He said he swiped it and the transaction didn't went through. He said your card is expired. Oh, so that's how it doesn't work. So now if it is, so that's common sense, right? It doesn't work. That's the reason if the web application is accepting expired credit card. That's a defect. Okay, so mostly here, we worked on common sense, not on the requirement. Okay, so all the homeworks have been done. We have actually completed all the homeworks. Okay, so no issues. Okay, so if somebody has missed, you can check it out my video. So I'll be sharing my video. Okay, so people who didn't open what defects I was expecting. Okay, so let me be a little louder. Some people cannot hear. So people who didn't open defects what I was expecting. Okay, one of the thing, copyright issue. Copyright, it's showing as 1997. Now, what is today? Today is not 1997, it's 2017. So you cannot really show on a web application saying 1997. It's outdated. So in finance, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe nobody cares. But if you are going as a healthcare application, now that's a compliance issue, right? You need to comply with federal laws. You cannot just put a web application showing 1997, which is an outdated application. That is serious issue because they have to change the certificate. They have to do a lot of things there, and the company will pay fines for that. Okay, but for non-compliance. So now, if company is paying fine, then who is the one to catch? Tester. Tester say why it was not found in the testing, why it's happening in the production. That's the first question. Okay, so nobody found the issue of 1997. This is the issue if you are working in a healthcare. Trust me, in healthcare this becomes a really serious issue. But okay, in finance, I'm not sure. But again, it's a compliance issue. Okay, so if it's not compliance with the federal laws, then it will be really a serious issue. Okay, one more thing. So when you click on this browser, now if I navigate my if I hover my mouse over this image, you see this? Now this is changing the hand cursor. Now no image changes into hand cursor. You see this? It's good. There's nothing is changing here. But the moment I hover your mouse over this image, is changing into hand cursor. That itself is an issue. Okay, it's not really priority something, but it's fine. Click on when a moment I click on this, so it is HTTP not allowed. What did I do? Okay, so this is an issue. Okay. Okay, this is not really a serious issue. This is not, this is not going into high, priority or high, but it's, as digital point of view, I will take it as issue. Why? Because this is really not meant as a clickable. Okay, so this is not really clickable. Okay, even if it is clickable, it's showing as not allowed. What is supposed to do with that? Okay, so that is an issue. Nobody found that. So two issues. One is copyright. That was really in front of your web page. I thought you guys, so many people would find out that just in front of your web page, not even clicking any buttons there. Okay, 1997. This is not 1997. Okay, first thing. Okay, if you even don't know, okay, you want to check it out, that's fine. You can check it out with your link saying that, hey, it's showing 1997. This cannot be 1997 because I have worked in many companies because they have some compliance, a lot of federal compliance, a lot of state compliance, and we cannot work on this. This should be fixed. Technically, it has to be fixed, and can I open this issue? Can I open a defect? Okay, so then they have to work on this because they cannot just update just like that. They have certificate that has to be installed, new certificate, that means they have to pay the new payment and get the certificate, install in the server, okay, put it in the server, then they change this, okay, so there's a lot of work at the back end, not just changing, at the web, not just simply just like you want to do here, just changes. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay. No, I can change it right here. It's just, you want to say to me that no, I'll change it here. 2017, and it will just show it up at 2017. No, that doesn't work that way. Okay, because there's a lot of back end work that has to be done. Okay, so what, we'll just continue with the next topic. We'll just get this done. Okay. So today as per syllabus, now I'm going to explain on the rally. Okay, let's see. Okay, so today I'll be giving explanation on rally. So what exactly is rally? So rally is a test management tool. Okay, so what is a test management tool? So test management tool is something where you actually now you know how to open issues, right? You know what are the issues and you know what is all about. Once you find out that, you need to find out, right? That's the first thing you need to do, find the issues. Once you find issues, you need to document that issues. Why you have to document it? Because the developer has to know what's going on. Your boss has to know. Seriously, it's the boss who has to know all the things. Once what's happening, you need to write the test cases. You need to report defects. As somebody said, right? How do we report defects to developer? So we'll be doing in this. So what is this? It's a test management tool where we can create test cases, edit test cases, execute test cases, all of those, and report defects to the developer or concerned person who is responsible for that, and follow, coordinate with them, and fix the issues. Okay, so that's what we use this tool. Okay, this is not just one tool. Okay, this is one tool, but in your project, it's not necessary you will be using the same tool. Just understand that this is only for your understanding the process, not to get edit with this tool. So you cannot get it edit with, because if you know I only know Rally, Manu didn't taught me DFS, Manu didn't taught, so that doesn't work that way, because at the project you are going to use a different tool. It's not just this tool you'll be using. Here I'm explaining this tool to understand the process, not the tool. Okay, so make sure you understand that. So I'll be giving you access to this by end of today. And once you log into this, okay, you have this dashboard. Okay, now once you figure it out, so these are the project. Okay, so here for sake of convenience I've used here for projects, but really there are so many projects and sub projects in that. Okay, so these are the projects. So once you figure it out from your lead or from your colleague that which project you will be working on, now okay, you need to select that. Let's say the testing, so we are on testing team. So once you select on that, now you need to figure it out which user stories you'll be working on. Okay, now you know which project. Okay, which project are you working on? You navigate here. This is right from here. Okay, you also have child projects. There's in child projects. Once you have done that, go to the plan section and take the user story. So what is user story? It's a requirement, of course. It's a requirement. It's in Agile. It's called user story. Okay. So here you have pretty much long list. Okay. So here we don't have many actually. There's only few of them. Okay, only a few of them. But in real time, you have plenty. It's so much that you might get lost. Okay, you don't even know which project, because there are sub projects, there are sub level projects, and a lot of things. So what you need to do is get the user story number. Okay, this user story 151, user story 152. You need to get that. Get from whom? Get from business analyst if you're good, or get from lead, or you need to get that. Let's say you found out all those things, and let's click on this. Okay, so this is my user story 149 GMO project. Okay, and so we are working on GMO, right? Once that, there's a sub user story. Okay, so these are like, child user stories. Okay, good. Once you click on, so this is what our user story belongs to. Okay, testing GMO website, May 10 to May 23. Okay, so I made it simple. This really will not be that simple. You need to check with your user story number which you're working on, not just the project, because there's a lot of information here. Okay, so click on that. Once you figure it out, okay, so now this is the user story. Okay, now what's it saying? Like, verify all the functionalities, including edit box, text box, radio buttons, images, etc. Good. Now I made it simple. Okay, I made it really simple, just putting some information here, but really it is not that simple. You have some paragraph, okay, some paragraph, because you know what, this user story is made in a lot of people, keeping in mind a lot of people, because project manager access this user story, business analyst knows this, what's going on, developer knows this, architect people are working on this, your boss tracks this, what's happening with this, so a lot of people are working here, you're not just one guy, right? So they put all the information, keeping everyone in mind. Okay, so it will be not so easy to understand what's happening there. Okay, so you need to read the complete paragraph, what's written, and understand only what is important for you to test. Okay, so once you figure it out, that this should be in progress. Put in progress. And put this 10. Okay, good. So this is really business analyst, so it's not our job to change all this. You don't change all this, okay? This is not really on your job. Your job is only to view this. Okay, you don't even have access to view this. I mean, you have access to view, not to write. Even if you have write access, you're not doing anything, because it's really not a good idea to change anything in the user story. Okay, so you just view this. Okay, so this is what it is. And now once you understand what's written here and what's screenshot here, I made it easy. Put a screenshot too, but don't expect so cakewalk. Okay, so it's not really cakewalk there. You need to coordinate with people. Okay, once you go there, once you understand that what the user story are about, go to the task. Okay, so this really task is, I'd say it's optional, but it really keeps you to organize your stuff. Let's say you are doing a lot of testing. You're working on 3-4 projects. You're working on functional testing. You're working on ETL testing. You're working on system testing. A lot of things you're working on, right? Now you need to organize your work, right? So in that case, you want to write some task here. So you need to keep track. Okay, so let's know what I'll just put as functional testing for GMO online, right? And okay, just add with details. So once I add with details, I just want to change the state to progress because I'm working on it. Okay, you can put this ready, and I just want to change the date to May. This is, so I don't have to do this, but this is for my tracking, so that I know what is going on. Okay, and once I do this, estimate task, or really how much time you require to test this. Let's say, for time being 10. Color doesn't matter. And description, what I'm trying to do here, functional testing. Online. Just put this. Like blue color, so I'll just put this blue color. Expedite, if it is really, so if you're working in a large team, right, you want to, now your job might be just to create tasks and test cases. In that case, you want to tell the other teams that you want to expedite. Otherwise, normally, see, if you're working in a big companies like Amazon, Google, right? In that case, those guys have really different way of doing. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure how they work, but sometimes what happens, right? If you are a test case, if you're writing test case, then you'll be only writing test cases. Okay, somebody else will be testing that. Okay, but normally the person who writes the test case will execute the test case. You are the one who will be writing it, you are the one who will be executing it, and you are the one who will be reporting the defects. So that works that way. But in some places, you can expect that your job might be only just writing and writing and writing and writing. Okay, so but it doesn't happen every time, so don't expect that. Okay, and notes, if you have any notes on this, and you can write some notes. Okay, and what I do is create. Okay, good. Now I have successfully created a task. What is that? Functional testing for GMO Online. Okay, and I'm the owner. The owner of the task is, of course, a tester or whoever is responsible creating that. Okay, and now this is just a task. Okay, as I told you, it's used for tracking, for your own, so sometimes it might be mandatory in some places, but sometimes it's not. But I would say if you are, organized guy, you want to organize stuff, a lot of things you're working on, 10 things you're working on, and you want to know which is what, where is what, you want to, work on tasks, because your boss also checks this. Okay, so how much time did you spend on this? 10. Okay, don't spend too much time on this, spend on this. So, your boss wants to, evaluate that and, and make sure you're also working on other projects. Okay, so that's the reason of having this task. Okay, and let's go to the test cases. So here you will be writing test cases. Okay, so test cases is located here in the right side, right corner. Okay, once you click on that, now this page shows up. Okay, and you want to start writing test cases. Okay, now to write a test cases, make sure, okay, so you want to create one, right? So hover your mouse over the action which is located in upper right corner, and you don't even have to click on this. Okay, you just hover your mouse, click on new test case. Okay, good. And this page shows up. Okay, now you need to put some, okay, ID, it's getting automatically generated. This ID gets generated automatically, so you don't have to worry on that. Here you want to put functional testing. Let's say if you're going on functional testing, you put the functional testing. Okay, description, you want to put a description as if you have more, you can add it more, but here, time being, I'll just put some information here. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. And the owner, of course, owner will be most of the time, you will be the owner who is opening this, will be the owner. But in some rare scenarios, in some places, somebody else will be owner. But even if it is somebody else, it will be still QA tester. Okay, so the owner is always QA tester for a test cases. Okay, test cases for QA team, of course. Okay, some developer team have their own test cases, so that's a dev team. Your QA team, so you will be having your own test cases. They will be having their own test cases. Depends on what project you are. Okay, so attachments. This was not there before. Maybe they added new. Okay, good. Project, which project you're working on. So since we have opened this test case on the same project, so you don't have to change anything unless you're working on different project. Okay, you want to put on that. But for now, we'll just stick to this. Expedite. If you want to expedite this, I mean, really, this. I don't know how much does it mean to people, but expedite is also an option for if you want to escalate this issue. Objective. So I'll just put the objective as functional features of GMO Online. We are trying to test functional features, right? Okay, and what product is, that means which user story does it belongs. Okay, which user story does it belongs? Okay, so here we'll keep it as functional. There are a lot of I'm sorry, this what product is user story. You can change it, okay, if you are interested. But here we'll just keep it, the same user story. Here you have a lot of things. Okay, you have defect. If you know the number, go ahead and type the number. Which number does it belong? Click on search. Okay, good. Now here you can, change the user story. So you can do that. Now type. What is the type you are doing? We are doing on functional. There are a lot of types, as we discussed in the first class: functional, performance, regression, usability. You are talking about this, first class. So here we are sticking on functional. Method, if you want to go as automated or manual, just put it manual. Priority, we'll talk about this priority, somewhat later Monday. We'll just put it as important. Risk, medium. Okay, and here you want to put as preconditions. That is preconditions and post conditions. Okay, what are the preconditions? Preconditions are, what code should be deployed. Code should be deployed in Q environment, right? And what's the next? Smoke testing should have been completed. Okay, these two, we'll just stick to two. If there are any more, we can go ahead and add more. Okay, so these two things are mandatory. Let's say in the project, these two things are mandatory. What is the post conditions? Post condition is code. I'm sorry. Regression testing should be done. Okay, and this, and code should be deployed in production. Okay, maybe simple project, Okay, maybe it's simple project, so it's directly in the production after regression. If not, performance testing should also be done. Okay, if it's not completed. So we'll just put it here. Okay, now this. Okay, once you have done that, okay, now you want to write some test cases here, right? You want to write some test cases pretty quick. So here, there's option steps. You see the steps? You see the steps? And you have this validation input and validation expected result. That means what you're trying to put the input and what is expected after putting the input. Okay, so let's go to our website. Here's, so what I want to do is, I'll just put as enter GMO Online website. Let's say we are writing for the Chrome browser. Let's put in the Chrome browser. Okay. And what you want to do is put enter. Okay. We're just putting enter, right? Just putting this, just putting here, just putting it and hitting enter. Or if there's any button, just want to put that button. Okay, and what is expected? So this is the input. This is what we are giving in input, and what is expected? Expected is the home page of GMO Online should be displayed as per the requirement, right? So good. Okay. Now that's expected. So now we don't have really requirements. We don't really have those functional documents. We really don't have the business requirement documents, but still we can make it out from this application. Since application is ready in our case, we are writing based on the application. But really that's not really the scenario. You need to write based on the documents. Okay, documents may have some screenshot, may have some information. You need to check the information. You need to verify that information and put it on the test case. Okay, okay, good. Now we have written this. Now you need to add more steps, right? You need to add more steps. To add more steps, you see these steps. Okay, just beside that there's an icon called Add Action Steps. Go ahead and click on that, and you have this 5 options here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, for 1, you get the 2 fields generated. If it is 2, then it's couple of fields. Then it's 3 triple fields. Okay, so on. Now I'll stick to 1. Okay, and then just click on 1. So, okay, good. Now, you know what? I got 2 fields. Good. Now the same. What's the input and what's the expected result? Okay. Now I want to write. Now homepage is displayed. What's next? You need to enter GMO. Let's say I'm clicking on this button, right? Now I want to put is enter GMO online. Okay. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to write the test cases for this button. So click on enter GM online button. Good. Now what happens? You see this, right? The page is navigated to, let's say, okay. What page? Online catalog page. No, just because it's showing up here. No, I just want to name the online catalog, and the URL also suggests that. So we'll just go ahead and put the name as the online catalog. So really, we really don't know what exactly is this, but if there is a requirement, of course, you need to check in that requirement. Otherwise, okay, good. Okay. So what we did exactly here, we want to click on Enter GM Online, click on Enter GM Online button, and what happens is page is navigated into online catalog page. Okay. Okay, good. Now I want to create more test case. Okay, now go ahead and hover your mouse over this add action step. Now you need to click on this. Okay, once you click on this, again, I want just one button. I'm sorry, couple of fields. So I'm just clicking on one. Okay, again the same box appears here. 2 boxes: input and expected result. What I'm trying to do is, okay, now let's say I want to order something. Let's say enter. So what I'm trying to say is enter the value for, what is this? Order quantity. Order quantity as 10. For what? 3% don't take. Okay, and do what? And click on place an order button. Okay, so you cannot go to the next page and then you click on, right? So okay, so what happens next? What is the expected result? Expected, just click on this and you get placed order page, right? Web page. So now what you want to write is page is navigated okay. Okay, page is navigated to place order web page, right? This is the web page. Right? Now again, I want to write more test case. So what I want to do is, again, go ahead and click on this action, click on 1. Now here, this is an issue. Now this is not my second test case, but it's showing up second here. You see this? This is my third test case. Okay. What is first? First is click on enter GMO online. Second is this has become third. So now I don't want this. This is supposed to be third, not second. Now what I can do is hover your mouse over this. There's for each field, you have this action menu, add action step and action menu. Okay, that is located right side of each box. Okay, or each field. Okay, now what you can do is you need to move these fields to lower. So go ahead and click on action menu, move step down. Okay, good. Once I click on that, now this is good. Now this is third. Now that's what I want, right? Third, this is third step. This is not second step, right? Second step is the order quantity. Third step, now I want to write it here. So now what will I do is click on what? Proceed with order button. What is expected? Let's see. Billing information page. So now just this because it's the header is name as billing information. So that's the reason I'm putting as billing page navigated to information page. Right? Oops, need to put in quotes so that as per the requirements. Okay. Now this is my third test case. Now I want to write fourth test case. Now I don't want to go back here and just use this. Now I know this, right? There's always an option here to add action step that is located right side, right lower, sorry, right upper, in the web page. Click on action, add action. So the use of this is now you'll be getting one after the other boxes. Let's say you're writing 10 test case. Now you don't want to do this, redundant work, right? You need to move on test case. You don't want to do that. So what you want to do is click on this. Click on again one, the same thing, add action step, but this helps you to get the fourth step immediately on the next fourth step. This shows the fourth step. If I have done this from here, it had become third step. Okay, so this is good. That helps to eliminate some of the redundant work. Okay. Okay, so I'll take 5 to 10 minutes. Does anyone have any issues? I'll take just 10 minutes because we complete this. If anyone have any issues, you can just drop and you can view the video, okay, later. So no issues. So let's fill up this information here. And put that American Express system is good. Use 1217. Click on this button. You can what you can fill up this information and you need to put fill all the information. And click on place the order button. Okay, fill all the information in the billing information page and click on place order. And what is the expected? Expected is, no, let's click on this. Let's see what's expected. No, it's not correct. Online restore receipt. So, page is navigated in on the page is online receipt. Okay. Okay, now this is the fourth one. Now, okay, I want to write one more step. Okay, I want to just see. So what I want to do is, okay, just go ahead and click on this add action step again. I want what? One. Click on one. Okay, and what are we trying to do here? Now, click on return to home page button. Okay. And what happens? Page is navigated to home page of GM Online. Okay. Any questions so far? And once you are done with this, click on, just drag this up, save and close. It's located actually lower side. Make sure you just click on save and close. Okay, good. So we have successfully created a, now we have just created a test case. Okay, this is a test case where there are various steps. Okay, now look at this. I've just followed one flow, that is a positive flow. Okay, let's see this. Okay, good. Okay, now you, as I told you, yesterday's class, that you need to have positive scenarios, negative scenarios. Okay, so we just didn't do nothing. We did nothing here. We just followed one flow. Okay, so if you want to write all these test cases, okay, you can write in this. Okay, but here you want to make sure you don't want to exceed more than 20 test cases. 20 test cases are good. Less than that, it's better. Okay, 20 test cases are good. Less than that, it's better. But if you are exceeding more than that, then you don't want to spend more time just writing on test cases than executing it, right? So always make sure, and you also want to make sure nothing is missed. Okay, so what you want to do is, if you want to add something, okay, let's say you say that no, you just wrote only for passive scenarios, where is the native, where is the boundary values. So now what you want to do is, you want to add right here. Oops. Either you can write it here or not. Okay, we'll just write it here. Because you don't want to exceed more than 20 test cases, right? And but testing, I mean execution part should be, all of the scenarios. Tested for negative. So you can write it here so that it's easy, and you don't want to waste much time in writing double, triple work. Okay, and now tested for boundary values. Okay, now if you say that no, you're not saying anything here, there's a lot of information, so you want to also put here that tested all the fields, because you also some people have also validated the fields, right? The fields here, name, address, city, so these are the fields you have validated, right? So in that case, you also want to write static text, all fields, static text, images. Okay, good. So you want to write it that way so that you don't want to exceed more than 20 test cases. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so this is what you can do if you are exceeding more than 20 test cases. Okay, any questions so far? So I'll take more like 10 minutes. Is everyone okay with that? 10 more minutes so that we'll finish up this. Tomorrow, I'm sorry, Monday we'll work on defects. Okay, so let's go to, so here we have this actions. You know this. Where is creative? Okay, let's go. Okay, so this is what we were, this is the user story, what we were working on, and these are the tasks, okay? And these are the test cases where we actually have written the test cases. Now, we have just written the test cases, done nothing, okay? Remember, we have not done anything. We have just written a test cases. I'm sorry, test case, in that we have various steps, right? So we have just written steps in one test case. So this is a set. So you can have n number of test cases. You can have for Chrome browser, you can have for Safari, you can have for Firefox, you can have for Internet Explorer, you can have for Microsoft Edge, so on. Whatever browser you want to use, you can write a test case for that. Based on requirements, what the requirement is, what you're writing for that. Always, everything should be based on the requirements. Okay, you cannot just write just because you like it. You need to write because what they are saying it. Okay. Okay. Now we need to execute these test cases. Okay, you see this different block. Different fields here. ID. This is the ID. Test case ID. TC287. This is the name of the test case. What's the what product it belongs to? Which user story that means? What's the type? Functional, user, automated, so on. What is the priority? Owner. Who is the owner for that? Method. Okay, we'll just update this. What's the project? Okay, so once you have this, now you need to execute this test case. Okay, do what? Execute. Now you want to click on this. You have the three icons, located in the right side corner of this field, completely right side. The three icons, you see these three icons? Now, there's no name here. Okay, so this is like tick, tick and cross mark icon, which actually generates a test case result. And you have this edit. If you want to edit this test case, go ahead, you can click on this edit, or you can use this too. Wherever you click on this, this gets edit. And if you want to copy this test case, you can even do that. Okay, you can go ahead and click on this, it gets copied. So these three icons here, what we want to do here is execute this. So click on this. Okay, now this is a new page, and want to check build with your lead. What's the build number? You just want to check that. We'll just place 20. Okay, good. And verdict. What's the verdict? Is it failed? Is it passed? Is it inconclusive? Or we'll just put as pass for now. And who is the tester? Of course, the person who has written. And what's the duration? We'll put as 10. And attachment, of course. Attachment is very important topic which I have not told yet. This attachment should be there. This is here. The attachment section here is for a reason. For what reason? If you are not able to show the evidence to your boss that you have tested it, then you are in trouble. So that's the reason this attachment is for. Okay. Now we'll go just pretty quick what the attachment should contain. Now, you know what? Let's go pretty quick. Let me open. Now, what is we have this one here. Okay, now let's say what that attachment should contain, right? The attachment should contain all the screenshots. Now I didn't explain about the screenshots. Let's go pretty quick on that. Now we don't have much time. Okay, so whatever have you were doing all this time should be documented, because why you need to document, because if there is an issue in the production, then no one gets caught. Tester gets caught. You get a call from your boss. You have this phone, right? You get a call. Hey, can you able to stop at my desk now? If you get such kind of call, that means you are really in trouble. You need to have some really good explanation so that to get out of that trouble. Okay. Now you need to put out screenshots. Now I'm trying to test this, so you know what? I'll just put this screenshot here. Just put this. So now make sure you have all things been tested, because it's showing as 1997. You don't want to put that as 1997 in your screenshot. That means that's a defect. Okay. So now you not want to put that defect here, because that shows that you have not tested, right? Now click on this. Now you want to put a screenshot. Screenshot. We did for 10, right? Remember? We'll just put it here. We can also edit this. So I want to put it only what is required. Okay, put it here. And place an order. So all these are in steps. What you did is this in the steps in the test case, right? So that's what we are doing here. But here we are documenting it, okay, so that if you have any trouble, you can show this directly to your boss saying that, no, we tested it good. Look at this. We have all the screenshots. You cannot just tell us that we didn't do good, right? That's true. We have all the screenshots here, right? So always maintain this as a habit of keeping the screenshots. Go this. Good. So now here you're really, so this shows that you have done your work properly. Okay. Now nobody can, tell you, okay, so you didn't do good. No one can tell you that, because the screenshot explains a lot. It's the saying, right? Picture is a worth of 1,000 words, right? So this is what it is. So thank you. And this. So the reason I'm using this paint, you don't have to use, but I'm using to remove some of the features which is really not required. Okay, you can do that. Otherwise, you can just leave it as it is. You don't have to worry on that. But I'm just looking to remove which is really not required. Okay, to complete. Okay, good. Now just save it. Solution. Put it as result. Okay, now just attach the screenshot here. Okay, so go ahead and attach the screenshot. So that's the reason you have this for, and you want to type it here, something like, okay. Once you do this, save and close. Okay, good. Now we have executed this test case successfully. How do you know? You see this plus icon, expand. You didn't have this before. Did you notice that? Now it has, this shown up because you have executed this. And click on this. Successfully completed functional testing for GeoMon. And I want to see the result, what exactly you have done. Click on this. And here you go, result data. So this result is very important. Okay, so I have not concentrated on much, just gave you, 10 minutes of information, but that 10 minutes is supposed to be, the work, what you are supposed to do all the time. Screenshots, only screenshots. Put a screenshot what you have done, because if there is any issue and the production, they will verify your work, not anyone's work. So once it comes to you, you need to check and show them that it was good at that time. We are not sure what happened in the development, change the code or something. We are not sure. When we tested it, it was good. Look at this. We have documented. This is the documentation, and this is the evidence that shows that we have done good job. Okay, we have done good job, and we actually completed our testing successfully. Okay, so that's how you can. Of course, there should not be any issues here, right? There should not be any issues here in the documents. Okay, so there is an issue here. We didn't check that. It's called the year, copyright issue. That's an issue, but there should not be an issue here. Okay, once this fixed, you need to upload with new screenshot telling them that there was an issue and we fixed it. Of course, we coordinated with the developer and we fixed it. Okay, any questions so far? So this is how you do write the test cases and execute the test cases. Tomorrow on Monday, we'll work on defects, how to open a defects and how to once you find an issue, how do you actually work on that, and we'll go to from there. Any questions? So whatever you're doing, make sure you have documented that. Okay, document what? Document the screenshots, what you're trying to do. If there is a data, let's say you're working on ETL projects. Okay, so now that doesn't make sense of creating screenshots, because really this millions of data. In that case, you want just to pull up the file or pull up into some doc file or MS Excel, or you want to use it .txt format, or whatever you want to use, upload that data there itself. That makes sure that you also completed your ETL testing. Okay. Any questions? So it has been already late. So okay. So if no one have any questions, can we close this class for today? So I'll be giving you homework again on this. I'll be giving you access for this tool. Okay, go ahead and understand this tool. Take some time. Go through it, understand what is it. Okay, and write some test cases. I'll be giving you homework. Okay, so okay. Thank you guys.